Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at extending the OIM custom, or well, we're going to extend the OIM out of the box RESTful services and add some of our own stuff to it. So we'll start by taking a look at OIM. So here's the REST jar that comes with the REST services. Everything you need to look at is in here. So how they do it is they have an interface here that defines basically a controller. And you see they define all their paths and whether it's a get or a put and all that stuff. So over here is the implementation. Basically what they're doing is they have the controller call this thing called a converter, or an adapter, but it's a converter. And what it does is basically take the OIM data and convert it to these JSON objects. The JSON objects are all down here in this transfer object package. So you can look and see they're all in here for each type of OIM API. So they mapped them all out here. So here's your role implementation. And then over here is your converter. So here you'll see it returns these transfer objects, but here it actually calls the OIM. It's calling the operation that's calling the OIM API that's returning OIM objects. So look over here. So let's take a look at this, get role by ID. See, it turns the role. So if we go in here and look for get role by ID, there we go. So you see here it returns the role too. But when it calls the API, it gets back a regular OIM role. So the converter is converting the OIM objects to the transfer objects, and the operations class is actually the OIM API calls. So if you already have a wrapper, you could probably convert it into one of these. So that's essentially all you need to do these, to write the custom ones, and you'll have to create, a project with NetBeans or something. So we'll get into that now. I just wanted to go over what all of this is, what we have to do. So essentially, in order to create your own custom service, you'll need to create your controller interface. Then you'll create the controller. The controller will call the converter, and the converter will call the operations. The operations will return OIM objects. The converter will convert the OIM objects to the JSON transfer objects, and the implementation or the controller will put them up on the screen. So, well, wherever you're going to put them actually. So, all right, so let's take a look at the project we used to create some of these. You'll find that like the role thing doesn't have the ability to get all the roles that a user has. So we had to implement something for that, and there wasn't anything to get all the attributes or all the values in a particular lookup table. So we implemented one of those. And so let's go take a look at that.